So, how does RTSOI, Responsible Tourism Society of India, promote sustainable and tourism practices within the tourism industry?
Take you through the um various initiatives that we have launched since we were established in the year 2008. First and foremost, we helped the Government of India Ministry of Tourism evolve the Sustainable Tourism Criteria of India, which was based on the Global Sustainable Tourism Criteria. And I think that Sustainable Tourism Criteria of India was adopted and is now being implemented amongst tourism service providers. So that is number one. Number two, we launched the Responsible Tourism Campaign, which was essentially, people who are opinion leaders, people who are celebrities, and, people who we knew personally, talking about being a responsible tourist. And we gave it wide social media publicity. We've been asking the Ministry of Tourism to take it to the national media, but that requires funds. So I'm sure the ministry will soon put aside some funding for taking this responsible traveler campaign into the national media. The third thing, and the most important thing actually, was workshops. We conducted workshops for tourism service providers in several tourism intensive states, like Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh and Kerala, even in Delhi for that matter, then in Tamil Nadu, etc. Many states. We've done about 23 workshops in about 13 states. So these workshops were aimed at sensitizing tourism service providers. These workshops are basically funded by the state governments. It is within their budgets. And this is what we want our conveners to do, to get the state governments to earmark funds for workshops every year, at least one workshop every year, so that we sensitize the tourism service providers. These workshops were addressed by people who are experts in various fields, whether it is accommodation or travel, or whether it is environmental law, or whatever, various subjects. The fourth is certification. We started this self-certification scheme where, people need to certify themselves. And so we'll talk more about certification later, but self-certification was another thing that we started. Fifth item is ecotourism policies for certain states. We worked along with a few states to establish their ecotourism policies. And I think one of them, unfortunately, is, I don't know whether it's implemented now, is Manipur. We did a lot of work in Manipur, which was a beautiful place. But this was way back, I think some 7-8 years ago. Then we worked with Himachal, we worked with Chhattisgarh, we worked with a few other states, we worked with Meghalaya and so on. Then we formulated the code of conduct for what I call safe and honorable tourism. This phrase was actually coined by me, where tourism, instead of being where we had some negative episodes in our industry where women were being raped and things like that in Goa. There were some episodes, and we needed to stress on the point that tourism is a safe and honorable industry, because all these episodes, they get a lot of publicity and negative publicity. But this happens in any form of activity. So we started the code of conduct for safe and honorable tourism to bring service providers into the gamut of making sure that they indulge in good practices. We also coined a pledge for sustainable tourism. Then we signed MOUs with various like-minded bodies who like WWF and so on, Sanctuary and so on. And the most important MOU we signed was a joint MOU with the Ministry of Tourism and the United Nations Environment Program. So UNEP, MOT, and ourselves are now partners. And one of the first joint initiatives we've taken is to work on complete eradication of non-recyclable plastic. And this was an undertaking we recently signed in the G20 meeting in Goa, where RTSOI, UNEP, MOT, and WTO signed that document that we will work towards it, and to achieve certain goals in the next 2 or 3 years. I don't remember the exact time frame, but we have to achieve certain goals in the next few years. So that, I think, is a very significant development.
Right.
Finally, I think one of the most important things is the sharing of best practices. In the sense that we believe all our members, we believe in a very, very interactive sort of a interactive way of communicating with each other. And we share best practices. We have newsletters, we have a common WhatsApp platform, and we kind of learn from each other. And let me tell you, every day is a new learning process. So I think these are some of the things that RTSOI has been very, very actively involved in.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's a great kind of work which RTSO is doing within India, and I think that we need to jointly make an effort to get this awareness to all the citizens of India to become a member of RTSOI and join hands in saving Mother Earth.
Thank you.
So what